indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again?
Удовлетворите мое любопытство. Почему вы предстали передо мной вновь?
Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience with me?
Указа об охоте на глаза Бога не должно было быть.
Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation only to tell me this. If so, then you underestimate me. I am quite well informed about the Vision Hunt decree. Not so. Only everything that pertains to eternity. The Vision Hunt decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity. Otherwise, they would have been purged long ago. Individual ambition is inherently incompatible with eternity. What you might not realize is that all too often, people have far more to lose by chasing their dreams. Consider this. No one will lose their life on account of having their vision taken away. Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on pursuing their own aspirations. Are they? Traveler, your existence is unique in my eyes. There seems to be limitless uncertainty in you. To put it another way, you are the furthest thing from eternity. So, I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions. What matters is that I tread the path of eternity on my people's behalf.
Я не ожидаю, что ты... Так, это мы уже читали. Его создало твое сознание, правильно?
That's right. Huh. I'm surprised you understand it so well. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to shake my will, aren't you?
Я здесь не для того, чтобы оспаривать твои идеи. Я пришла разбить их.
So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity, time for you to enlighten me. Excessive yearning leads to inevitable destruction.
Freeze!
Strike dead!
Bellowing thunder! Witness the power of Google!
I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
I let my guard down!
Evasion is futile.
One with my blade! Spirit blade! Attack! Cool it!
Change of plans!
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Защиту используем от электричества и на холод.
Freeze! Strike dead!
Swift and merciful! Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
Rain, help! Not good. May my final stand be a monument to chivalry.
Ай, успела. Ладно. Да так.
Dodge this! From whence you came!
You are an enemy that requires special attention.
But how? Cool it! Don't push your luck.
This ends now.
Push your luck. Cool it.
Strike dead. Inferior.
But how? One with my blade. This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this! Cool it! Dodge this! Don't push your luck.
Instabilities will be removed.
Cool it! What's the hurry?
Inferior.
Don't push your luck.
I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close?
Ох, еще чуть-чуть и было бы слишком поздно.
Miko,
Мико,
this was your doing?
это твоих рук дело.
Now,
Не забывай.
don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects.
Вкладывать сознание в предметы.
Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you?
Может одолеть волю Эи.
Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
We Nothing can abolish the Vision Hunt decree.
Продолжается. Ай. У меня даже все полностью вылечены. Неплохо.
Submit for judgment.
Thunderclap!
This world, a fleeting shadow.
Let me weave you a burst.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
All desire can be broken.
Spirit blade. Attack. A touch of frost.
Body and mind. Take this!
This world, a fleeting shadow.
Dodge this.
All will be severed.
But how? Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment. This moment will be frozen.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Rain outlines your
decided.
fate.
This world,
But I
a
let my
fleeting
guard
shadow.
down.
From whence you came. Freeze. Don't push your luck. Dodge this. Don't get frostbite.
The brightest flames burn fastest.
Thunder. This world, a fleeting shadow.
But how?
Take
Without
this!
yearning, all returns to silence.
Bellowing thunder!
From whence you came. Force my blade. Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
All will be
Push your
severed.
luck. Submit for judgment. A touch of frost. Freeze. Don't get frostbite.
Thunderclap!
Dodge. From whence you came.
You've lost, eh?
Ты проиграла и...
Yes,
Да,
I
я
have.
проиграла.
Why can you not trust your
Почему ты не
people
доверяешь своим
and in the
людям
power of their
и силам
ambitions?
их стремлений?
These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff
Ничто
out.
их уже не уничтожит. Когда все как один ступают вперед, они способны превзойти ожидания богов и даже взять на себя их
Is this
обязанности.
the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue?
Это урок, который ты вынесла из путешествий по Лиюэ? Да.
There are nations where humans cast their god aside and stride forward.
Оставляй богов позади.
So are we to just
Зачем
abandon
нам
the
топтаться
notion
на
of
месте
progress
ради
for the sake
самоуспокоения?
of wishful thinking?
You and I have both
Мы
witnessed the
увидели,
great
какие
loss that
потери
progress can bring.
может принести движение вперед.
Eternity.
Вечность единственная.
Eternity is the only way. When lightning flashes,
Сверкает молния, она
it casts a
отбрасывает
shadow. My name
Моё имя
means
означает
shadow.
тень.
With my blade, I
Своим
purged
клинком
all
я
obstacles to
сметаю
progress.
путь к совершенству.
And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation strike forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned.
А всех вообще-то мечты разные. Она об этом не думала. Небесный порядок. Для меня это пустые слова.
When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever. Isn't that right?
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity?
Вечного существования.
Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change, it does nothing more than simply exist. It is a hollow shell of a nation. I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed.
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention, your divine gaze.
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses. But I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to guide them along the correct path toward eternity.
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, eh?
For me?
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for centuries on end.
But it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet for the sake of eternity, you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why now? This is your plane of euthymia. It's your inner world. So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness here unbearable for a long time now, haven't you?
I have...
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail of the last few centuries with perfect clarity. So it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to you.
Miko, I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can still be friends?
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt decree. But, with regards to eternity, and the question of whether this nation should move forward, I need time to give it some thought.
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning. As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
Ожидание загрузки долгое. Ждем, пока прогрузится. Куда нам еще деваться? И надеемся, что связь с сервером больше не разорвется.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of
Что же вы все-таки делали в
anyway?
царстве в тюрьме Сёгуна?
Is the Vision Hunt decree
Поверить не
abolished?
может, что охота на глаза Бога прекращена. Это все заслуга я и Мика.
Oh, gotcha.
Да, понятно, пойму,
Paimon was super worried, you know. So maybe the reason Yaimiko is looking for us now is because she wants to break us. Let's go find her.
Так, задание желания. Навестите Яимику.
Talk to the Electro Archons whenever you're troubled.
Раз уж нам доступен апгрейд для созвездия главного персонажа, надо его использовать. Легкий раскат увеличивает уровень навыка раската грома на 3, максимальный уровень 15.
Whenever you're troubled. What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
где же Мика? Вот, казалось бы, мы здесь. Вот он индикатор. Вот мы на нем стоим. А, вот он. Вот он.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine? A sign of piety, perhaps?
You literally told us to come meet you here!
Так, ты ведь сама позвала нас. Шучу.
I was just
Я
joking.
как раз
I've been
ждала
waiting
вас.
for you.
Seems like someone's in a pretty
Похоже, у
good
тебя
mood.
хорошее настроение.
Mm-hmm.
А как же?
Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in
Я
years
была
was
рада
truly
встретить старого друга,
delightful.
с которым не виделась уже много лет.
By the way, I
Между
heard that
прочим,
you
я
had a duel
слышала, что
before
ты
the
сошлась
throne,
в
with a
дворцовой
Fatui
дуэли
Harbinger,
с
no less.
своим предвестником Фатуи.
Courageous and astute.
Смелый и умный
I
поступок.
must say,
Я
I
горжусь
am
тобой.
most impressed.
Даже не знаю, что на меня нашло.
Defeating Signora
Ты
head-on in a
одолела Синьору в
duel
равном
means
бою,
that your
а значит,
strength
твои силы
exceeds my
превзошли все мои
expectations.
ожидания.
Still, you did end up
Главное, что ты
victorious.
победила. Мои
I gather
поздравления.
congratulations are in order.
Sure
Здорово
feels
хоть
good to
разок
finally
расстроить
thwart the
план
Fatui
Фатуи.
plan for once. They caused plenty of trouble
Не
along
причинили
the
немало
way,
вреда,
but at
но
the
в
very
итоге
least,
все
they
не
didn't
получили
get their
сердце
hands on
Бога.
another Gnosis.
Wait a second.
Погодите, вы
Did you
упомянули
say
сердце
gnosis?
Бога?
As in, the
Это
little
такая
thing that
штучка,
looks
похожая на
something like a
шахматную
chess
фигуру.
piece.
Yep, that's the one. You've
Да,
seen
это
one
оно и
too?
есть. Ты уже видела его
Gnosis belong to
сердце
the
Бога.
Seven. They're what keep them connected to
Принадлежат
Celestia.
семьи. Они связывают их с Селестией.
Oh,
Ох,
What's wrong?
ты чего это?
I handed that over.
Я отдала его. Что?
You did what
Ты
now?
это сделала?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the balladeer exactly?
Спасти вас от сказителя. Значит, о нем можно забыть.
The balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
Пойман впервые нет слов.
For once,
Но почему
Paimon just
сердце
does
Бога
not know
было у
what to
тебя?
say.
After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia.
Ей больше не нужна сила сердца Бога. Также она говорила, что порвала с Селестией.
Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of
Она может
conflict.
стать причиной конфликта.
Is that not a good bargain,
Обменять его на
exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan?
было очень выгодно, не так ли?
Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a
Я
good
заключила
deal.
отличную сделку.
When you put
Раз
it like
ты
that,
так говоришь,
Paimon
Пайман
has
может
to agree.
лишь согласиться.
The Traveler is worth more than a
Путешественница
Gnosis.
намного ценнее сердца Бога. Неудивительно, что сказители как ветром сдуло. А ну и ладно, что сделано,
What's
то
done is
сделано,
done.
оставим это в
And
прошлом.
Paimon hardly thinks we'll be getting it back now.
Мика,
So,
а ты...
anyway, you still
Ты
haven't
еще не
told us
сказала,
why you
зачем
called us
позвала
here
нас.
today.
Чтобы
It's to thank you.
Really?
Правда?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not? As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the
И о
past.
событиях прошлого.
What would you like to know about?
Что бы тебе хотелось знать? Так, традиционные ответы на вопросы в конце сюжета Архонта. Расскажи о кукле Сёгуна.
That puppet. to a tech that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there is one other thing on this topic that I suspect you may be curious to know. Before A began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 riding shoguns?
No, the prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test. The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it. Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness, until the Fatui took an interest in him.
Not the Fatui!
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than his original specifications. The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer.
What a crazy story!
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny? I'm surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were 2 twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto. As far as the world was aware, there were not 2, but 1. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them, right up until...
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
That was when A began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Paimon feels like she understands A lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Wow!
Ясно. Расскажи о моем брате.
Sorry, I haven't a clue. I'm also unfamiliar with the god you described. But if you still have doubts about A, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process. That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relationship rather awkward, don't you think?
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you the best of luck. May you soon discover the truth behind it all. As for your brother's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it, and I will also borrow some of Ayato's people from the Shiumatsuban.
Включая нескольких людей Аято из Shiumatsuban.
I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you.
Расскажи, куда мне предстоит отправиться.
After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into lots of scholars from there on our journey so far.
Немало ученых оттуда.
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never-ending. But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge is a resource?
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Kusanali? Я не знаю.
Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's a cute name.
Какое миленькое имя.
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best. Are you sure? Okay then. Oh, traveler. Do you still have the omamori I gave you? Keep it safe. Is that all? There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Yae Miko, the wise and beautiful.
Who in their right mind would do that?
Кто вообще так делает? Ладно.
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition? I see. But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now. Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Задание выполнено. И нам доступна священная Сакура. Так, а что дальше? Как можно активировать ее благословение? Да. Сделать подношение. Ух ты, сколько сразу наград. Какая прелесть. Первый уровень. Получаем. Достигните 13 уровня Сакуры, отрицание 1. Теперь наличие электрогранума позволит блокировать урон от некоторых угроз окружения и над зоной до 8 раз. А, вот что значит непрокачанный электрогранум. Вот. Оно мне уже попадалось в игре, что электрогранум не позволял мне пройти барьеры слишком сильные. Наверное, это зависит от благословения Сакуры. Получаем награды. Слабая смола, судьбоносные встречи, заготовка для оружия. Здорово. Награда мне очень нравится. Ключ. Люмин. Переплетающие судьбы 2 штуки. Здорово. И тут много уровней. Тут интереснее, чем с деревом. Вечной мерзлоты. Тут можно много еще раз награды получать. Подношением у нас больше нету. Печать электро используется. Так, электрограмм. Уровень 4. Электрограммы символизируют благосклонность и надзор и обладают различными способностями. Нажмите подробнее, чтобы посмотреть текущие способности вашего электрограмма. Подробнее. Вот. Так. Ну, я не буду это все читать. Кому интересно, прочитает. Остановит кадр. Это все касается всяких ловушек и барьеров и загадок. Я правильно подумала. И вот они, эти уровни, написаны здесь. Интерес к игре вернулся. Потому что это задание мне понравилось. Были интересные бои и интересный сюжет. Как-то тут волнами. Не пожалела, что не бросила, не пожалела, что продолжила играть. А причина, по которой я продолжила играть, будет в следующей серии. Это будет отрывок из стрима, с Твича, который я записала, потому что, ну, вы сами поймете, когда посмотрите. И идем дальше. Кому интересно, подписывайтесь. Продолжение обязательно будет.